adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family. Here's Ozzie. Here's Harriet. Here's David. And here's Ricky. Here they are, America's favorite family, the Nelsons.
Hi. I hope our show tonight will bring back some pleasant memories. I know it does for us. It's a story Ozzie wrote about 7 years ago, and it's based on a situation that actually happened in the Nelson household. We hope you'll enjoy the Kappa Sig party.
Hiya, Dave. Oh, hi, Chuck. You going in the clothing business?
Oh, no, I'm just gonna get this suit pressed for tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. There's another rush party in there.
Yeah, this one ought to be real good. There's a lot of room over at Don's house.
You know, I think we've been given too many rush parties.
Well, they seem to do the trick. Looks like we'll have the best pledge class on campus. Hey, do you want to double with me tomorrow night?
Oh, I don't even know whether I'll go or not. Besides, you'll have that nice pressed suit. You'll show me up.
Yeah, not if you wear that new cashmere coat of yours. Boy, that's a beauty.
Only thing, though, it's not new.
I've never seen it before.
That's because my father doesn't get dressed up very often.
Gee, I wish my Uncle Bob would lose a little weight. He's got some of the most beautiful coats.
Yeah.
Hey, how come you're not going to the party?
Oh, I don't know. They just haven't been much fun lately.
Well, gee, that's because you and Susie always leave just when the party's getting started.
Gee, that's not my fault. Susie's mother makes her get home so darn early.
Yeah, well, only when she's out with you. And that's because you wear that cashmere coat and that plaid vest with the brass buttons. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't let her go out with you at all.
That's a fact. I don't think her mother likes me.
Oh, that's impossible. Everybody loves good old Dave.
You're wasting your time, you know. You can't borrow the cashmere coat. I told you it's my father's.
Hiya, Dave. Chuck.
Oh, hi, Don.
Hey, I got a little bad news.
What happened?
My kid brother's got the measles.
Oh, that's not serious. All kids get them.
There's only one thing, though. That means we can't have the party at my house tomorrow night.
Hey, that's right.
Gee, I think we've been given too many parties anyway. They're getting kind of stale.
Yeah, but we can't just call it off at the last minute. The Deeks are having a rush party tomorrow night. So are the Betas.
Well, we can't have it at my house for a while. We had it there 2 weeks ago.
Don't look at me. I'm not even going.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Nancy.
hi, Nancy.
What's this, the Kappa Sig convention? Why don't you fellas hold your meetings over at the fraternity house?
Why do you always have to interrupt just when we're discussing serious business?
Now, don't tell me you're on probation again.
Now, here you are making jokes, and we're talking about an illness in Don's family. His little brother has the measles with serious complications.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Don.
Well, it's really just a light case of the measles, but it's complicating our plans. See, the party was supposed to be at our house tomorrow night.
Why don't you have it at your house, David?
Why is it when two girls go around together, one of them never says anything and the other one talks all the time?
I just want to make sure there's a party someplace tomorrow night. I was invited and I brought a new dress.
Well, how about it, Dave? Can't we have it at your house?
Well, gee, I don't even have a date. You know how girls hate to be invited at the last minute. Now, if I thought there was a possibility that Kathy here would go with me, I'd invite her.
I accept.
Now, there's a girl after my own heart. She doesn't say much, but when she does, it's short and to the point. Oh, gee, I almost forgot. It's just about my turn to have the Kappa Sig party at our house.
So soon?
What do you mean you almost forgot? You've been sitting there for 20 minutes trying to figure out how you'd work it into the conversation.
Okay, drummer boy, drink your milk. Is it okay if we have it here, Mom?
Well, sure, I guess so, if it's your turn. When's it supposed to be?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Okay, Ricky.
See, that hardly gives us time enough to warn the neighbors.
It is kind of short notice, don't you think so, Dave?
Well, it was supposed to be at Don's house, but his little brother got the measles.
Don't look at me. I've already had them.
Well, don't worry about it, Dave. I can have things ready in time. But you guys are going to have to help.
Well, you don't have to do a thing, Mom. All we need is some potato chips and Cokes.
Oh, that's what you said the last time. But if we're going to have a party here, let's make it a good one.
For a small consideration, I'll bring my drums downstairs and liven things up a bit. Or better yet, I'll take the girls into the den and teach them to rock and roll.
Well, frankly, I was figuring on bribing you with $1 to go down to the movies for the evening.
$1? Are you kidding? That wouldn't even cover my tips. Besides, I always sit in the loges.
Will we have to take up the rugs for dancing?
Oh, I don't think we'll do any dancing, Mom. We'll probably mostly sit around and talk.
Well, that sounds like an exciting evening.
Well, it happens to suit us just fine.
Look, Dave, I don't mean to butt in, but don't you think your parties would be a little more fun if you kind of organized them? You know, planned out the evening?
Well, I don't know, maybe so.
Well, if you need any help organizing things, I'd be very happy to pitch in and help you.
I'll get it.
I think the best thing for the parents to do is just stay out of the way.
Well, I have no intention of injecting myself into the party.
Oh, don't worry about that, Pop. Any suggestions are more than welcome.
It's for you, David.
Oh, pardon me.
I really mean it, dear. I don't think you ought to interfere with David's party.
Well, who's interfering? You heard him say any suggestions are more than welcome.
Oh, he was just being polite.
Just a second. Here he is, Dollface. I don't know, but she sounds kind of cute.
Hello? Oh, hello, Kathy. No, my father wouldn't talk like that. That was my brother.
How about that? My voice must be getting deeper than I thought.
Will you please keep quiet? What were you saying? Well, sure, I'm counting on it. You can make it, can't you? Oh, great. Listen, I'll pick you up about 8 o'clock. Wait a minute, where do you live? Just a second, I'll get a pencil.
Here, be my guest.
Okay. Swell. Well, thanks a lot for calling. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night. Right. Bye.
Who was that? David?
Huh?
Who was that?
It's a girl I met the other day.
What's her name?
Her name's Kathy, and she's coming to the party with me tomorrow night. Boy, you are without a doubt the nosiest guy I've ever met in my life. I don't know where you get it from.
Who was that on the phone, Dave?
Her name's Kathy. She lives at 527 Sycamore Street. Dave just met her a couple of days ago, and she's coming to the party with him.
Thanks a lot. She's a real cute girl. I've never been out with her before, but she seems real nice.
Well, how come you're not taking Susie?
Oh, I don't know. I've been going out with Susie so much lately. I thought I'd take somebody else for a change.
Yeah, you got a point there. You know what your mother always says. Play the field, you'll be married to one person for a long, long time.
You're the one who said that.
Well, yeah, maybe it was me.
And don't make it sound like such a long, long time.
Gosh, I didn't mean us. Gee, it seems as if we've just been married for... We just got married.
Well, don't overdo it, dear. Quit while you're ahead.
You and Susie didn't have an argument or anything, did you, Dave?
No, Susie seems to like me okay. I don't think her mother cares for me very much.
Well, mothers sometimes seem kind of strict, but you've got to remember it isn't easy bringing up a daughter nowadays.
No, oh, I know that, Pop. But she puts me through a regular 3rd degree every time I take Susie out. I have to get her home so darn early. I just don't think she likes me. What's the matter, Pop?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking of a little thing I used to do when I was about your age. Every time I'd meet a girl's mother for the first time, I'd say, well, this can't be your mother. It must be your sister. Boy, from then on, I was really in solid.
Oh, Pop, who'd fall for that?
Well, I'm telling you, Dave, it never misses. You see, all women like to think of themselves as looking a little younger than they really are.
What was that again? I just got that last part.
I was just giving Dave a little advice.
Pop says the next time I'm introduced to a girl's mother, I should say, this can't be your mother, it must be your sister.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, no, I didn't say that's what Dave should say. I said that's what I used to say when I was his age.
I think mothers are too smart to fall for that stuff nowadays, Pop.
No, Dave. Believe me, all women love compliments. Suppose she does happen to be a little old-looking. At least you've made her happy for a few minutes. There's certainly no harm in that.
Say, I just happened to think of something. Remember the other day when I drove in with David in the car? You said I looked young enough to be his sister.
Well, yes, you did.
I was so pleased I baked your blueberry pie for dessert. I should have thrown it at you.
Gee, Mom, it's the truth. Lots of kids mention how young you look.
Really?
Well, sure. Especially with your hair cut short like that. It looks great.
It looks great.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Now, you see what I mean, Dave? Not that your mother isn't young and attractive looking, but all women just love that kind of stuff.
Will you speak up a little louder? I can't hear you.
I better come in there. You'll never get those dishes off the table. Can't seem to get this badminton net untangled. I want to make sure it's okay.
I'm sure it's all right, Pop. It's never been used.
I know, but it's been laying up in the attic there for about 3 years.
Afraid there might be some holes in it?
Yeah, in the wrong places.
Hi, fellas.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Hey, look, here's a Christmas card that came with it.
Who gave you this thing, anyway?
Well, you did, don't you remember? David and I wanted a motorcycle, and you said we'd have more fun with a badminton set.
Oh. Of course, that was a few years ago. I could get away with that sort of stuff in those days.
What are you guys doing here?
We're just opening Christmas presents.
Christmas present?
Remember this badminton set we gave the boys for Christmas a couple of years ago? If I ever get it untangled, I'm going to put it up here.
Wouldn't it be better over there by the fence?
Well, no, see, we've got the light for the basketball court here, and I figured they could either play basketball or badminton and use the same light.
You mean at the party tonight?
Well, yeah, in case things start to get dull.
Oh, I don't think it'll get dull if I bring my drums and record player downstairs.
Now, look, Rick, this is David's party. Now, David and his fraternity brothers.
You mean I'm not invited, his own flesh and blood?
No, I certainly you're invited. I'm sure he'd be happy to have you put in an appearance, but he doesn't want you to take over the whole evening with your drums and stuff. Do you know where the basketball is?
It's in the hall closet. You want me to get it?
Yeah, would you please?
You want anything else?
No, just the basketball. Hey, Harriet, didn't we used to have an old pin the tail on the donkey set around here someplace? I know it's a kid's game, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, for goodness sakes, dear, you just finished telling Ricky not to take over the party, and here you are lining up a regular schedule of events.
I'm just trying to have something in reserve in case the party starts to lay a bomb, that's all.
Well, I just don't think we ought to project ourselves into the middle of everything. David's old enough to think things out for himself.
Well, I'm not going to do anything David doesn't want me to. What the heck have you got here?
Food, plenty of it. There's one thing I'm sure those kids want to do tonight, and that's eat.
Harriet, you heard David distinctly say all they wanted was some Cokes and potato chips. Now who's trying to take over the party?
Hey, Pop, will you help me carry my drums downstairs?
Ricky, leave those drums where they are. They may not want to dance tonight.
Well, don't you think I ought to have them down there just in case?
Where is the basketball? I thought you were going to bring the basketball down here.
Leave it where it is. I'm sure they don't want to play basketball in their good clothes. Come on, dear, let's get these groceries in the house.
Harriet, this is ridiculous. You heard David say he didn't want any food tonight, and you've got enough stuff here to feed an army.
Who's going to help me with my drums?
Get David to help you and come down here and finish putting up the badminton set.
David's asleep. He's taking a nap.
Well, wake him up. This is a fine thing. David's supposed to be giving a party tonight, and we're the ones doing all the work.
Gee, you sure look beautiful, Mom. Everybody will think you're my sister for sure.
Well, thank you, dear. Are you just saying that, or are you practicing up for Kathy's mother?
Are you kidding? I don't think I'd have the nerve to say anything like that to a girl's mother.
Oh, and don't worry about tonight, Dave.
Oh, I'm not. I'm sure everybody will have a good time.
No, I mean about your father and Ricky and me. Just as soon as we meet all your friends, we'll get right out of the way and let you have your own party just the way you want it.
Oh, gee, Mom, you don't have to rush right off. After all, this is your house.
Well, it's your house, too, and it's your party. Look, I don't mean to rush you, but hadn't you better get going?
Yeah, I was just looking for my plaid vest. Have you seen it anywhere around?
Well, it was in your closet this afternoon. I saw it.
Yeah, I know, but it's not there now. I saw it, too. I don't know what happened to it.
Has anybody seen my brown cashmere coat?
Oh, yeah, Pop, I have it right here.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
I was kind of wondering if I could borrow it for tonight.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Gee.
Something the matter?
Well, yeah, I was kind of figuring on wearing my plaid vest with it.
Oh, okay, son.
Sure hate to do this to you, Pop.
Oh, that's all right. I think my gray suit would be more appropriate anyway.
I gotta go pick up my date. Sure hope her mother likes me. I hate to break up the party at 11 o'clock.
But you know what I said, Dave? When you meet her mother, just tell her how young she looks. Never fails.
I don't know. I don't think I'd have enough nerve to say that, Pop. We'll see you later.
Okay, son. Gee, I hope my gray suit is pressed.
Now, remember, dear, this is David's party.
You keep saying that. You're the one who wants to fix all the food, you know, not me.
Only if they want it. And I want you to promise me that you won't try to organize a bunch of games and that you won't start tackling practice in the living room.
That's right. There'll be a lot of football players here tonight, won't there?
Yes, and they get all the practice they need on the field.
I have no intention of starting a football game in our living room.
And no card tricks.
Tricks. I may be corny, Harriet, but I'm not that corny, for goodness sakes.
Pop, did you want these for something?
What's that, Dave?
Well, this deck of cards, they were in the pocket of my vest here.
Oh. That's all right, son. Just put them any place at all. Harriet!
What do you want?
Better come down. The crowd's starting to arrive.
Hey, Pop, would you give me a hand with these drums, please?
Take these upstairs, will you? You know what David said.
I'm trying to, but they're stuck.
Just a second. Be right there. Careful of the banister. Oh, hi, Don. Come on in.
Hi, Mr. Nelson. I don't know if you've met everybody or not.
Well, they all look familiar. Nice to see you. How's your kid brother with the measles?
Well, thanks.
Don't give me the Kappa grip by mistake, fellas. I'm not a member.
Hey, Rick, we're gonna have some music?
Well, I was just taking my drums upstairs.
Oh, you're kidding. Come on, let's get them down here. I'll give you a hand.
Do you have a record player?
Yeah, it's right there in the den.
Oh, maybe we'll have some dancing later.
Great.
Oh, come on in. I'm Dave's father. Nice to see you. How do you do? Right, and just leave your wraps over here. Nice. Oh, this is Mrs. Nelson.
How do you do?
How do you do? Come on in. Make yourselves at
Hello.
home.
Hello.
Hi, Pop.
Hi, Dave.
Kathy, this is my mother, Kathy Johnson.
How do you do, Kathy?
This is my father.
Oh, how do you do? It's nice to know you.
We came in the back way. I hope it's okay.
It sure is. Hello, Chuck.
How have you been, Mrs.
Fine,
Nelson?
thank you.
I think you know everybody.
Hello. Yes, I think so, but don't ask me to call off any names. Do you girls want to put your coats in the hall?
Oh, thank you.
I hope you don't mind, but I couldn't help but notice a lot of food as I came through the kitchen. Does that mean we're going to eat tonight, I hope?
It sure does.
I thought you guys said you just wanted Cokes and potato chips.
Oh, not me. I'm on a diet. I can't eat potato chips. Do you have any hamburgers?
About 50 pounds of them.
I'll take those.
Leave your coats over there, girls.
What kind of tempo would you like?
Oh, anything soft and smooth. How about the one that's on there, Cuban Fantasy?
Yeah, that's real good. Turn it on, Susie.
Who'd like to dance with me?
Don't look at me. I'm playing the drums.
You're elected.
Yeah, that's it. You see, the principle of defensive end play really hasn't changed any in the last 25 years. The idea is still to get across the line of scrimmage as fast as you can with your hands in front of you. Then you hesitate just an instant to see whether you want to turn the play in or float out with it.
Tell them about the point of weakness, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this or not before. Ron, would you hold the football? No matter how strong a position you take, a guy can be pushed off balance if you attack him at his point of weakness. Take a good, strong position, Bob.
How's this?
Yeah, that's it. Now, see, I can work on Bob all day over here, but that's his point of strength. But his point of weakness is right over here. Now, his 2 feet are his positives. If I draw a line between his 2 feet, a line perpendicular to that line is his point of weakness, and no matter how much he resists, I can push him off balance with just 2 fingers.
How about that? I knew my geometry'd come in handy one of these days.
Hey, come on in the den. Ricky and Betty are doing a terrific dance.
Hey, let's go.
I've seen this before.
And they match the skirt on your dressing table, don't they?
Yes, they do. I'm so glad you like them.
Mom,
Oh, come in, Dave.
I hate to interrupt this, but some of the guys were wondering when we were going to eat.
Oh, you put the coffee on. I'll be right down.
It's awfully nice of you to ask me to dance with you, Kathy.
Oh, I'm enjoying it.
You know, it's so hard for me to think of you as being David's father. You look young enough to be his brother.
It's probably the bow tie I'm wearing.
Jerry, would you get me the salt and pepper? It's up in the cupboard there.
Sure.
Need any help, Mrs. Nelson?
Now, wait a minute. She has all the help she needs.
What are you doing?
I'm the official taster.
Coming right up.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, Mrs. Nelson, this is the best one yet.
He can see.
I cannot.
Food, everybody, come and get it.
Give me room, girls.
Wait for me.
Come on.
Leave mine first.
Hey, didn't you have any dinner?
Somebody pick up my mother, will you?
Good night, Jerry.
Good night, Bob.
Good night, Bob.
Good night.
It was a wonderful party, Mrs. Nelson.
Thank you, Irene.
It sure was. I hate to admit it, Mrs. Nelson, but I had 7 hamburgers.
You had 10, but who's counting?
You're pretty terrific on those drums, Rick.
Thank you.
Good night,
It's
Joe.
a wonderful party, Dave. Thanks a lot for helping out, Mr.
Oh,
Nelson.
it's a real
Good night,
pleasure.
Chuck.
I had a very nice time, Mr. Nelson.
Well, thank you.
Good night, Mrs.
Good night,
Nelson.
Kathy.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thanks again, Mr. Nelson.
Oh, swell. It was nice having you.
Good night, Don.
Good night.
Night, John. Chuck, you want to pull the car around?
Okay.
I'll be right there, Kathy.
Okay.
Gee, Mom, Pop, I don't know how to thank you. Everybody said this is the best party the Kappa Sig's ever had.
Oh, that's
Oh,
wonderful. I'm glad
that's-
everybody had such a good
That's
time.
fine, Dave.
And you and Mom sure made a big hit with everybody. Even Ricky
Thank
was
you.
less obnoxious than usual.
I thought I was quite charming myself.
You were wonderful, dear.
Well, they sure are a great bunch of kids, Dave, and that little Kathy is just about the nicest little girl you've ever been out with.
She certainly is.
Well, thanks. I'm glad you liked her.
Well, you better get her home, Dave. You don't want to keep her out too late.
I don't have to worry about that, Pop. Her mother seemed to take a liking to me right away.
Oh, wow, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I went to pick Kathy up at her house tonight, and her mother answered the door. And I said, I'm David Nelson. She said, hello, I'm Kathy's mother. And all of a sudden, I found myself saying, gee, you look young enough to be your sister. It was really the truth, though. She is very young looking.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad everybody had such a good time.
Yeah, so am I. And even if you do look young enough to be my sister, I'm glad you're my mother.
Well, thank you, dear.
Yeah, I think she's pretty special, too. You know, Dave, sometimes parents like us are a little reluctant to let you guys go. So if we seem to hang on to you, you've just got to be a little understanding about us. See, we want you to grow up and get along without us, and yet we hate to lose our little boys. Seems like yesterday when I'd go into your bedroom at night, and 2 little tow-headed guys would be sleeping there, and I'd go over and kiss you goodnight. Now I have to shake hands.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Pop.
Well, you better not keep the others waiting, dear.
Okay. And thanks again, Mom.
Good night,
Night.
dear.
Good night,
Night,
Dave.
Pop.
You wouldn't dare. Let me get this straight now. As I meet her mother, I say, this can't be your mother. It must be your sister.
Yeah, that's right. And believe me, it works like a charm.
How do you do? You can't be Betty's mother. You look more like her sister. You don't look a day over 30. How do you... Oh, hi, Betty.
Hi, Ricky, come on in. I'll get my coat. It'll only take me a minute.
Oh, how do you do? I'm Ricky Nelson.
Hello, Ricky.
This is impossible. You can't be Betty's mother. You look more like your sister. You can't be a day over 30 or 31.
I am Betty's sister. I'm 23 years old, and if you don't get her home by 11 o'clock, I'll call the police.